What if the world's very first video game was never made? Would there be any Fortnite, any Mario, and any incredible digital adventures at all? Or what if the one flickering dot wasn't just a game, but the beginning of something bigger than we ever imagined? What if video games could learn, remember, and feel? This is the story how simplest play led to the first digital mind and how a blinking dot changed the world. It all started in 1958 inside a US science lab. Physicist William Higginbotham wanted to make physicists smile at a boring science fair. So he built something no one had ever seen. A game. A game called Tennis for Two. This wasn't a flashy arcade machine, it was a tabletop screen called oscilloscope, meant for science, not for fun. On the screen, a simple white dot like a tiny ball would bounce back and forth over a glowing line, which was the net. Player could twist knob to hit the dot and try to land it on the other side. It only lasted for few days. It made no money, and no one outside the lab knew about it for years, but Tennis for Two was the world's very first virtual game. After Tennis for Two, new ideas started to grow. In 1962 came for Space World, the first ever digital computer game, spaceship battling on a giant mainframe. Then in 1972, Pong hit the arcades. It was the first game almost everyone could play and helped launch the whole video game industry. But it all began with that one blinking dot, a scientist way to make happy people. What if the game aren't just for playing anymore? What if one day game could think on their own? In 1996, video games are everywhere, but nobody has seen a game that can truly think. That's when Steve Grant created Creatures, something totally new. In Creatures, we meet the Norms, a little furry creatures that don't just move, they learn, remember, even feel. Each Norms has a brain made from neural network and a body with a digital DNA. They eat, play, get sick, even learn language if you feed them. This was the first game to ever use a real artificial intelligence, non-learn and change, not just because of script, but because of their brain were built to adapt. Some would become afraid of the dark, others learned to love it. Their world grew and evolved just like our life. Creature inspired the future. Game where a character have memories, joys and feelings. It seems black and white even to the smart NPCs and the AI bot. All it took was one simple dot, and then a game that could learn like us. From play to life, from blinking lights to thinking code. That's how video game and artificial mind first came to life.